friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my morning. And this is going to be the first video of the year with our friends at Boxycharm, sort of. This is our first monthly box. If you missed my last few videos because of the holiday craze, New Year's goings on, I just uploaded last week my awards. Oh my gosh, well, your awards technically, because that is the video where your voice is heard for the previous year with Boxycharm, who were your winners and losers. And I am so excited to say that so many of you guys are loving that video and I put a ton of work into it this year. Also, the best and worst of Boxycharm. I just found out Boxy saw it. They commented on the video and they said they couldn't wait to see the awards. So fingers crossed they're listening to you, listening to us for the upcoming year, and they're taking this feedback. They're, putting stuff into play. And this is how we're going to find out, right? Because I have some announcements of what's going to be happening going forward, and I'm apparently going to be doing it while I look a little like Hagrid in my morning robes here, because I do have some wear tests and first impressions with you for Boxy. This video is actually going to be having multiple boxes. I'm going to have my PR, my premium and base boxes that I got from that, and my paid for boxes have already come too. So I am about to jump into this with a little mini announcement for what to expect to see on my channel. So if this is interesting to you and you want to dive into this, grab your tea, grab your coffee. It's still really early for me. Grab a snack, get comfy, because we are about to dive into so much goodness together and some updates. Cheers. I'm filming this way earlier than I normally do, which is why I have the coffee. I just got a text from Adam that he's having a light work day, so he may come home early. One of the struggles of living tiny is when your partner gets an opportunity to have a personal day, you're like, I'm still working. I still have things to do, so I'm having to totally mix up my day routine. So bear with me if I'm a little off, or as a little less prepared than I expected to be, but I definitely wanted to film this for you guys to be able to edit it and get it up for you. So let's jump into really quickly an announcement. I don't want you to have to wait for that, and it's going to be very reflective in this video and some videos going forward. If I put it in the title, if I put it in the thumbnail, it is not clickbait. I don't clickbait, you guys. I have definitely pulled back on what I'm purchasing from Boxycharm. After last year, I know a lot of you guys were kind of like messaging me privately on Instagram and here. And if you don't follow me on Instagram to chat with me behind the scenes, you can always do that right here. I give you guys updates behind the scenes, do some polls with you. Also just kind of give you a little sneak peek into my life outside of this. And I have been doing a lot of talking with Adam. I've been doing a lot of thinking about things. I just last year started getting all of the boxes in PR. And there's not like an agreement where I get it for an entire year or anything. So I really wanted to see how long I was going to be able to get all of the boxes to be able to do as in-depth of a review for as many products as I could while I was still paying for all of the boxes that I paid for, which was all of them, the base, the luxe, the premium, all the things. I was paying for them and getting them in PR. Well, when you live as small as I do, like I just said, I live in a tiny house, so my husband coming home today totally affects my entire day. I'm having to move stuff. When I got, 4 to 6 boxes a month, I really had to be very, very mindful about when they were coming in, when was I going to shoot, the logistics of behind the scenes stuff that's probably a little boring for you guys, but also, the makeup. Like, I was really excited to get as much makeup as I could in all of the boxes to review for you, to do the deep dives on. But there were so many repetitive things, like my base boxes that I paid for and my PR boxes a lot of times were either very identical or had so much overlap that I couldn't justify paying for it every single month like a lot of you did when you were like, gosh, this is starting to eat into it, the prices were going up, and then I would just have duplicate products. So I was always looking for friends to give it to, giveaways to do, and that got to be really cumbersome on my day because I'm not just a YouTuber, I'm also a full-time marketing director for 2 companies for my day job that really pays the bills. So I really had to kind of think things through for this year. I am going to definitely be taking a page out of your book. Well, some of your books. I have pulled back with Boxy, and knowing I was still going to be getting some PR to give you guys the in-depth reviews with all the boxes, at least as far as I know, I'm still getting all of the PR. Like I said, there's no agreements. I went down to just getting the base box, kind of like how I started with Boxy, pulling it back to the OG days to see how is it going, how is it doing for my paid subscription, because I do still want to support Boxycharm. Like I've said before in past videos, I feel like it's more than a box. There was so much charm, there was so much love, it was such a fun, exciting thing to do for myself. So I still wanted to do that. And I also don't know, right now we can still shop the mega drop shops and drop shops when we're not subscribed, but just in case they were gonna, I don't know if they're gonna pull that away by any chance, I don't know. But I wanted to still have my toe in the water, essentially. I want to be able to shop the drop shops. I want to be able to just still be a charmer, but a little bit cheaper, even though the base box is more expensive now. And I knew I was still going to be getting my PR, which I'm super grateful for. I've worked really hard to be on their PR list. I mean, most of my content for almost 5 years now has been a lot of Boxycharm. But I do want to start kind of mixing it up. We have seen over this past, golly, year, 2 years, almost 3 years, the makeup industry has changed. You know, I want to do a little bit more of the stuff that I used to do as I was peppering in Boxycharm videos when we only had one box and everything was the same. I wasn't getting PR. I was still doing anti-hauls. I was still doing get ready with me's. And I still add those in, like this is a get ready with me. I have a bare face. We're getting ready together. But I want to kind of branch out and see what are new opportunities. What are things you guys want? You were slowly telling me in one of my last videos when I told you an announcement was coming. So let me know what you're really hoping for to see on my channel. I know a lot of people were saying other stuff outside of Boxycharm, just other things. So tell me what you'd like. And what are you liking to watch right now? Are you also liking, you don't even have to stick to just makeup, because I know some of you said you like the lifestyle stuff. You like Amazon, you like clothing, you like jewelry, so you like vlogs. I've actually heard so many things from you guys. So Boxy will always be here on my channel as long as I can foresee it at this moment, and I'm so excited to be able to unbox all the boxes so you'll still know what is upcoming. I'm still giving you the dirty details. I'm still the honest user reviewer. It's just now I just only have to coordinate 3 boxes a month, sometimes maybe 4, versus doubling that for myself and then having repetitive products that were the same over and over. You know what I mean? And I can already see from my paid for box versus my PR, I already had some overlap. So I felt good about that decision at this moment. Are things going to change in the future? Well, it's up to Boxy, and then we'll kind of see from there, because if they start getting like wild and doing different boxes for everything and there's very minimal repetitiveness, you never know. Maybe I'll spend more money on it. But right now I'm so excited to be able to start doing other things, putting my YouTube money towards other things in the community. What are the new exciting releases? What are some things that you guys have been wanting to see? So let me know, please do. I know this has been a long chatty intro for a Boxy video, but who's shocked? It's my videos. So let's dive into the 2 base boxes and a premium box and do a get ready with me. If you are interested in any of these products and maybe the boxes, I will be linking my affiliate code below. I do get a small commission from that if you do click it. It is just like tipping your fellow YouTuber for doing about 5 years of work behind the scenes for you and letting you know how Boxy is. And if you need the full playlist, check out my links below. Let's get in here because I have a bare face today because there is a touch of skincare, but I am happy to say I got way more makeup. And I will be 100% with you that I forgot to mark up my cards to tell me which ones were PR versus which one is my paid for base box. But I think I'll remember maybe, but I have dabbled into this. My fingers have touched some of the makeup and a little bit of the skincare, but nothing enough to be able to make a solid review on because it's been a wild time. I've had a lot of videos you saw I was putting up that were long and intense. This is something that I actually was excited to get. I believe this one is my paid for box because I think I may have chosen this. This is the Dermalect Cosmeceuticals Revital Professional Eyelid and Dark Circle Corrector for $59. Holy cow. The reason your girl picked skincare after literally saying back off on skincare Boxycharm in the last few videos, especially the awards and you guys, was because I did fall in love with this Dermalect Cosmeceuticals Retinol. This is something that has made so many people's skin baby butt soft. What am I saying here? It's early. This stuff is so good. I love using this on my face, on my chest, on the back of my hands, especially in the cold winter. And I know y'all are like, Nichole, you live in Florida. It's 43 degrees this morning, hence the fuzzy, cozy robe instead of just my normal tank top and shorts because your girl is freezing. So I'm just going to literally start with this because I already know these videos are longer. And I am doing all, whoop, that may have been too much. Whoopsie daisy. Grab some of that. Ooh, this feels nice and cooling. I already prepped my face this morning because I knew I was going to do all of the boxes. So I can kind of move this along for you this month and maybe just do one boxy video a month. Do you still want more than one? Tell me the things. As much as you're telling me the other stuff you want, tell me how often you want to see boxy. And I will try to listen to as many of you as I can, but I know I can't make everyone happy while accommodating everything, but I'm going to do my best to at least open up the possibilities for what I can put here on my channel. I'm pretty excited about this year. I'm pretty excited about all the fun things to come. I have a lot of big goals this year. This feels really nice. And this applicator piece here is super cool, even though I'm freezing this morning, because it just kind of like helps depuff. Oh, it's so nice. I really hope it does help these dark circles because I've had a rough few nights of sleep here. Whew. First impression, actually technically second impression because I have tried this I think once before. I do like how this applies and I really do trust this brand based on what I've previously used. So excited to use this more. Something else that came in my paid for box is this Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer to Hydrate for $32. I have not tried this yet. It still has the cellophane on it. It says to apply to clean skin after your normal skincare routine and before makeup, or wear it alone for a natural dewy look. It's the perfect prep step. Supposed to help with dry, flaky skin and to quench your skin with this 2-in-1 moisturizer primer. So that's good to know. And I actually would be excited for something like this when it's this cold outside. So I do need a little bit of moisturizer. So this is a good time of year for me to get this. If you can hear Cooper snoring, it's just what he does now. He's a little snoring baby over there. I don't know who this brand is, but this is some very common packaging I've been seeing lately. I feel like the black and white is back in style to make something look sleek and maybe a little bit more luxe. This is Contact Skin Matte Lipstick for $20. Okay, the component feels plasticky. The packaging felt a little bit more like it was trying to be luxurious, but the packaging is definitely very lightweight and plastic. Really pretty. This is definitely a 90s tone, right? The 90s are back, guys. Shade here is 116 Tears Are Falling. Well, that's depressing first thing in the morning, but it's really pretty. It looks like it's going to be a gorgeous matte lippy. Oh, it is cruelty free. I love when they can put it on the box. That saves me so much time doing research. I love that. Oh, and okay, this came in a really long box that I think, no, it's over here. Okay, hold on. I know some people are not a fan of getting this in our boxes because of this person being very controversial. I'm just going to focus on makeup, but I do know that this was kind of in some people's like lowest brand. Like, I don't know if I want to see this in the future. This is the Dragon Beauty Lip Liner, but look at this case. This is like the packaging it came in. Lip Job Liner and Sharpener for $18. This thing is like super long, and I was just kind of seeing this. It feels almost awkward. It's so long. Like, and it's gonna be like this brown tone that I have used, and I put some gloss over it. This is not a bad color. It's just not a very good lip color for me personally, so I would be putting something over the top of it, but it will work well with that lipstick that I got because it is a little bit more of a deeper shade in the brown tone family. It's just really long, and it's not gonna fit. That's the first thing I think of, living small and maybe trying to organize things. It's not gonna fit where I keep all my lip liners. So that for me is a huge detractor. Maybe I'll just sharpen it down until I can fit it. That sounds like a wasted product, absolutely. But I'm just like, I'm gonna lose this. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this if I end up liking it. But also it came with this sharpener that feels, honestly, it's a plasticky little thing, but it seems kind of cheap. It is kind of nice though to get a sharpener if you don't have one. I do have one, but you know, it's kind of nice little combo for 18 bucks. And the last thing in here I'm saving for last because I got excited about it. As many of you guys know, if you watch my best and worst video, one of my best eyeshadow palettes was the most basic baby there, and I'm not even sorry that I hit pan on her. It's the Getaway palette from Wander Beauty, and I had not liked historically a lot of things from Wander Beauty, so this Getaway face palette shocked me. So when I saw we were getting something from Wander Beauty this month, I was like, Are all the formulas the same? Please let all the formulas be the same. I'll be so happy if the formula is the same, because this Wondrous Escape palette is also very neutral, very similar to the one I already love, with a pop of color into it, a lot more variety as far as the shadows go, because the other one only had like 6. Super duper exciting. I have touched into this. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I've definitely started using this one already. And I don't have any like conclusive feelings on it yet, because when I did use it one day, I was doing so many other things, I couldn't focus on the makeup, which was a travesty. So that's why I'm excited to play with this some more today. Maybe I'll use both just to be like, how do they compare? Because I know a lot of us fell in love with this. A lot of us did. And that is everything for my personal paid for base box. And that is the only box I'm going to be getting right now. So let's move on to the PR to see how much there is some overlap, because there is. One of the first things is going to be another big Dragon Beauty lips, lip liner, lip job, whatever they're calling it, with sharpener that I definitely don't need 2 of, because again, you're going to have this big old guy, if you can remember it or don't shave it down to fit into other things, forever. So this is definitely going to be gifted to a friend, maybe go into a giveaway in the future. So there's that. And then I did get another one of my palettes. Now here's the thing. I can't remember back to January or February when I got my Wander Beauty palette, but I hit pan on this like by April and kind of wished that I had another one, because I knew I was going to keep using it. So I don't know if I should put this into a giveaway or give it away yet. I just don't have a lot of real estate in my eyeshadow palette collection, and that's something else I need to film for you guys in the beginning of this year, is where's my eyeshadow palette collection currently, so I can do a massive declutter. So that's coming. Stay tuned. Be subscribed. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. But I'm really struggling with wanting to get rid of this because I hit pan so quickly on that. So I might even hang on to this for a little bit to see how I feel about those shadows, which just may be smarter to do, because now I'm trying to hunt down the Wander Beauty Getaway palette. So this next thing, I have to be mindful to use. I think I used it once and it did okay, but the middle section of my face on my nose is where it struggled. So I'm really curious if this is going to work for your girl who doesn't use a lot of creams. This is the Aesthetica Cream Contour Kit for $40. Now, this has a lot of kind of instructions that go with it. Like, first, the insert that's in here really shows you like, this is how you could use it if this is the shape you're going for. But also, I think it had a box somewhere. I have things all combined just to try to keep things organized, and I'm unorganizing all of it, where it kind of like showed you per your face shape how you could contour for that would work best for you potentially, because you can always do whatever you want, but it's kind of like if you have a square face like I do, like this is what you could do. If you have an oval face, this is what you could do. So I have tried this once. I have dipped into it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Don't forget to do this. I always forget the cream because I'm such a powder person. I do the liquids first and then the powders, and then I'm like, nah, I can't do this now. Okay, I need to remember. This is going to be something I use at night, so I have not tried this, and I don't think I'm going to be trying it in this video. If I can get it out of the box. I have a love-hate relationship with this brand. There's a few things I've liked from it, but more misses than hits for me. This is the Earth Harbor Naturals Nymph Nectar Superfruit Radiance Balm for $38. It says this is as sea and fruits and tropical berries playfully melt across your face with this balm. They insert a lively abundance of vitamin C, A, E, and K, and omegas and amino acids, and numerous other bioactives necessary for achieving your best, bounciest, dewy skin yet. See, that's the dew I don't know if I need, but it is winter. It's pretty firm in there, so hopefully it would just kind of be one of those melting balms. But if I do use it, it will be at night, and that is a hefty value of 38 bucks. Okay, so I did get a duplicate already. From last year's box, from I guess December, because I received a pure fully charged mascara powered by magnetic technology for $22. I already got this. I already have this, so I'm definitely not going to be hanging on to another one. I'm still playing around with this one, and honestly, I have not used it recently. Maybe I'll use that in here today. I'll just pull it up here forward. This came in a PR box, so not one I paid for, so it's not tied to anything. But I did already get that. Okay, and that is everything in the PR base box. Now we're going to move on to the big ol' premium box. I'm pretty excited, and I have touched into this already too. Another eyeshadow palette. This is the Esther Beauty Desert Sunset palette for 48 bucks. Like, that's a pretty high value. So I have liked playing with these shimmers a bit and these mattes. I had this matte shade here across the crease pretty much one day and just put a little bit of shimmer across the lid, did a mascara and went. It was a very basic look, but it looked really pretty. So this is a new launch according to Boxycharm, and I believe their whole shtick here is everything, like there's this whole monologue up here that everything in here is sustainable and there's no mirror. They're saying that everything here is available to be recycled and won't fill up a landfill. So that is really nice because like the packaging is like this little, it's like this carton. So I'm not mad at that. I was hoping to get this. This is the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil Loose Setting Powder for $27. I have not used these yet, and I don't know why, because I have tried a few other things. But these are the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Palette for $42. Really excited to play with these. I have tried this just a little bit. This is from the brand LYS, and I'm so excited to finally get to play with something like this because I did have a regret of not getting their bronzer last year. This is the Secure Skin Gripping Serum for 20 bucks. The daily serum primer to help balance and brighten the skin while controlling the appearance of excess shine throughout the day, which your girl needs help with. Ooh, there is something in my bathroom still, so I need to go grab that. But also something from Persona, and I learned last year how much I really enjoy a lot of their products. So I'm excited to try this lip liner. I did try this big old lip liner earlier, so I think today I may be trying this one, which will also go well with the lipstick I got. This is the Persona Cosmetics lip liner for $14. This is in the shade 90210. Oh yeah, totally 90s. Again, the 90s are back, you guys. Let me go get the mask that I already have been trying. This is the Juice Beauty Bamboo Pore Refining Mask for $36. This is supposed to clear and hydrate your skin at the same time with this pore refining mask. And you okay, Cooper? You're supposed to use this twice a week, and it says that you're supposed to apply a generous layer of the mask to the entire face, neck, décolleté. Leave on for only 1 to 2 minutes and then rinse well. Like, this isn't a mask you leave on for 15-20 minutes. You only leave it on for 1 to 2. So far, I have liked this. I've not noticed anything crazy amazing with it, but I've not really been terribly consistent because I did just get it. So stay tuned for updates on this and maybe a faves and fails or something. But that is everything in all the boxes. So we've already done the unboxings. Already did a little bit of putting on some of the skincare, so now we can really just get into it. I'm going to do the LYS primer today again because I have tried this once before, and I think it did a pretty good job of keeping me pretty shine free, but I do want to use it again, and I will use the Laura Geller in another time. That is one of the hard things I mentioned last year about Boxy, is when you do, you know, get multiple boxes, which is what a lot of us used to do, some of us still do. It's hard to, you know, I got 2 primers, so it's kind of like spread them out and then I can use one up or, you know, want to introduce something new in a month or 2. This is a Secure Skin Gripping Serum with 5% niacinamide plus AHA Pore and Shine Control. Love that. Love that. I think this was pretty watery. Oh yeah. It comes out way quicker than I thought it was going to. Just gonna, comes out really kind of runny, so I got to be careful not to use too much. I will give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes since I am in the beginning parts here of doing a little bit of the prep work before I put on the makeup. I do have a video in the works with a very big drugstore brand that I'm really excited to share with you guys, that I'm actually doing a Zoom meeting with tonight. Super excited, so stay tuned for that as well. You see my face getting a little red when I touch it. It is not the product, it is my skin. I am very sensitive, which is why I always kind of want to try one thing at a time so I could see how my skin reacts to it before I do this one day and then this another, and then I don't know how my skin, like what maybe aggravated my skin if it happens, you know? It's going to do a little bit more in the areas that I'm seeing bossier pores up front, and then I'll see how the rest of the makeup does. Okay, so I do believe the next product that I will be using from Boxy is going to be the Aesthetica contour palette, which is going to be, you know, I'm not a pro, so please bear with me. And if you have any tips on how to use this for oily skin, I'll leave them below. I'll have this, and then I'll go with the powder. I cannot do them in reverse, or I'm not going to be able to do this. And that's my biggest struggle with cream contours. So let your girl put on some of the base makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am putting on the foundation right now, and I did not want to use my Natasha Denona Pore Vanishing because I thought that would be too much coverage and too much pore filling that was in that product. I wanted to see how the concealer does. So I put on my CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless Hyaluronic Vitamin C 3-in-1 foundation, all the good stuff. And I'm using a sponge that maybe could be wetter. I mean, it's not super wet, but I was intentionally not wanting to have it be freshly wet. But that may have been a mistake because right now I'm seeing a lot of product pilling up on my skin in areas that I've never seen this do. So I'm about to go wet my sponge, but before I do that, I was intentionally just not wanting to do a ton of coverage, but it is definitely, I'm like, is it the sponge? Is it the primer? I've never seen this where it is like patching up right here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's making the makeup patch, but only in certain areas. Only in certain areas. So let's see. I'll say it before you can. No, this is not a brand new sponge, but I had washed it not that long ago, but you know, it could have been better. I have used it recently and I had not done this. Okay, I think that's helping, getting the sponge really wet. Oof, what is going on? It is like definitely patching. And I'm seeing like under my skin, like under that layer of makeup, like it looks weird. What is going on? I'm gonna do another layer to hopefully blend stuff out. The second layer definitely helps. Okay, I feel like I'm already shiny though. We'll see. We'll see. We'll let the play develop. Maybe I should have used the moisturizer. Maybe my skin's so dry because it's so darn cold this morning. I did use a moisturizer this morning and some skincare, but maybe I should have used the moisturizing primer this morning just because it is so frigid right now here. It just now got up to 47. Was it me? Was it my skin? Was it the product? Was it the sponge? Also, sometimes with new products, you learn certain tools work better. So maybe a brush would have worked better, you know? So this is where I'm now really concerned because I'm still seeing like a touch of blotchiness like right up here on the forehead. Now I got to go in with the cream contour. This is why creams are so hard for my skin. Hypothetically, the way science in my brain works, a cream would work better for an oily skin girl like myself in the winter when it's drier and less humid, because then I wouldn't be worried about a slippery ice cream cone moment dripping all over my face, you know? However, does not change that right now my skin is already kind of like having some pilling and things like that. So how to go about this, because I've not done creams in a long time, it feels like. So in the little Aesthetica book that it comes with, it does give you like some ideas on how to do cream contour for your face shape, which I was mentioning earlier. I love how it comes with like a full-on book of instructions. That's cute. Especially for someone like me that's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It says to pick a shade that is 2 to 3 shades darker than your skin tone. Begin at the top of your ear and shade to the hollows of your cheeks and downward toward your mouth. So we'll go like here, we'll go down. This is the brush I used before with this product, so let's just go here. It says make sure you build your contour gradually. I don't think I did this gradually. And I've got hair in it already. If I come out of this looking like a Halloween project of like a skeleton, don't do what I do. I feel like I'm in art class painting my face. This is a different kind of skill set than powder. So don't feel bad if you're still figuring it out. Go straight to under eyes and cheeks is where it goes next. I want to do my forehead while I'm still working in this color though. I read the rules and then I did them out of order. Not sorry. Yet. Might be later. I'm also doing more stippling motion because I know on my forehead is where shit can get real wild and blotchy. Am I supposed to go into this really dark shade? I just don't know. I don't trust it yet. I don't trust it yet. Maybe as I get more skilled, I'd go darker. My battery is already almost dead and I'm not even close to being done with my face. I don't know about this. 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 I feel greasy already. I don't know how this is gonna work for me. Oh, that's too much. I think, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't follow any of my techniques, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is why I don't like creams on my nose, because I feel like they make my nose like totally look like you can see every pore. You can see every pore. All right, this has you getting even more fancy, but I'm just gonna start blending. It still wants you to do like around the lips and all the other things, but we just saw a lot. So I'm gonna start just blending this with a damp beauty sponge. Oh, I don't know how my nose is ever gonna recover. My nose will never financially recover from this. I don't know, am I figuring out cream contour? Don't answer that, because we both know the answer is no, not yet. Practice makes perfect, and I've definitely not been practicing. Could be worse, could be worse. I actually have a Zoom tonight with that big drugstore brand I was mentioning earlier, so I really hope my makeup does not go south today. Powder. Okay, we have the Bare Minerals powder. Where'd she go? Seems like a pretty finely milled powder. It does seem to have a little bit of a pink tint to it in my mind, at least from what I can see. And I have thought that a couple of times looking at this powder. I wish I would have washed my brushes last night, but I didn't. Oh, I should have used this brush for some of the contour. Okay, also the tools are gonna be super impactful, so I may need to mix up which brushes I was using. Maybe use one of my more fiber stippling brushes for some of it for blending and stuff. Is this clean-ish? I feel like I tanned my face, but now the rest of me needs it. Maybe I'll do my collarbones with the cream contour just to balance it out, because I already feel pretty oily. I don't know, this is not the nicest finished look that I've ever had to my face. That's for darn sure. Now I'm kind of wishing I had used the Natasha Denona foundation just to set me up for a little bit better success for a finished look, but you know, sometimes things aren't for you and your skin type, and maybe that cream contour palette, we'll see. Right now, I'm not so sure. I'm really having like my skin peel right now. It's so weird. I feel like that is pretty well set down. Not in love, I'll be honest. I'm not in love right now. I don't think it's just the contour. I also think the base makeup, there's something that's amiss. And I don't know if it's just because my skin is extra dry because they hit the 40s this morning or what, but the bunching on my makeup is making me a little crazy. But the show must go on. I'm gonna put on some brows real quick, let my battery charge, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have done a little switcheroo with clothes. Oh, I need to still get a drink. I feel like the face to neck to shoulder ratio is off in color now. So I do want to warm up with some bronzers that I did not get from them. So I'm going to do that really quickly. Also, I have to film this morning because I'm doing it so early with my blinds closed. So if my coloration is a little off for you, and I'll know more when I edit this, that is what is going on right now, because I don't know if Adam's coming. I think Adam's going to be coming home early. Tiny house living sometimes, guys, you got to coordinate around each other, and you're like, I don't have time for this extra thing today, but what you gonna do? Okay, we did, however, get a highlighter, and this is that Cover FX Custom Enhancer palette. So the shades here are Candlelight, Sunlight, and Blossom. Actually, I have swatched, it looks like Sunlight, because that looks like a shade I would, love. Look at that bling. Wow. Ooh. This almost looks like 2017 highlighter on the finger that it's going to be like, blown out. So let's see here. A brush that I've been really loving to use is one of these Luxie brushes, because it's a tapered highlighter. So it's more of a dome-shaped fluffy brush, so you don't get that streak of highlighter. It's more of just like a dusting of a luminosity. I want to combine this one and this one, the two more natural shades. Start on the collarbones, because I did put just a touch of that Aesthetica cream contour just down here in between shots, because I wanted to start marrying down the color difference, because I think that contour I used was a bit more of a red base undertone that I didn't have anywhere else, so I needed to kind of like add it there. But let's see, because I used a more natural foundation that shows my freckles and stuff, I don't want to do too much of this, and this brush will help. It does give you just that like touch of highlight right there. I think it's really pretty. These look really smooth. They look really stunning on the skin. That swatch makes it pretty intense. But as you can see on the face, it can build up. I did build it a bit here on my cheekbones because, again, I don't have the normal light that I have. But I think it's going to look really pretty on the collarbones, on the face. Now, let's look at both of these eyeshadow palettes. And I do still have out my Wander Beauty Getaway palette that I love, so I can compare formulas maybe. I have no idea. I have no plans. Let's just see what happens with my face. Maybe since Adam's coming home early today, he can wash my brushes. I don't see that happening, but that'd be super helpful because I need some clean brushes up in here. I'm going to start over here with this new Wanderous Escape palette and do Nude Beach just kind of throughout the crease here with a fluffy brush. This color builds really nicely, so now I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush. And I kind of want to see if Villa, the shade I've hit so much pan on in the Getaway palette, has any somewhat close dupes. I'm going to go into Villa on this eye. And I feel like it might be in between Sunkissed and Nude Beach, so I don't think it's going to be a dupe. And then just do a little bit of Sunkissed on this eye just to kind of compare. I think they complement. Not dupes, but they complement. I want to just use this whole palette, but I know I have a whole other palette right here to use. So I think I'm going to jump over here to the Aether Beauty palette and go back into this shade here that I think is really nice. Kind of got a interesting base tone to it. It's a brown with a little bit of yellow in it. So I think that'll be nice with these other shades that I've got going, just kind of down low in the crease. Brown on brown, Nichole, revolutionary. It adds that little mustard tone to it though that I think gives it a little bit more punch. I'm actually really curious what this gorgeous shade over here is gonna look like out here on the eye. And I was kind of expecting a lot of fallout because I put a lot of that shimmer on this flat paddle brush, and it is not. It's actually performing really pretty. Just a touch of fallout, not a bunch. And considering how much I grabbed on the brush, I was expecting a lot. I'm going to use one of these shimmers from the Wanderous palette just to see how they perform. Maybe I'll do this shade up here with my finger. I prefer that with the shimmer shades because I feel like I get the best opacity, coverage, the whole thing. Kind of just take it back to this one to kind of blend it, and then I'm going to go over the top with one of these lighter ones. That went on super easy. I'm hardly even trying to apply it. It's going on really smooth. I feel like Moonlight. Let's just go straight into the lightest one and go right in there in the inner corner. Didn't give it as much punch as I was hoping for, so I'm just kind of layering it to see how it layers. I think that's going to be really pretty. All right, I had a thought. I'm going to try this. This may not work well, but because I got two liners, one of them is way lighter and this one is darker, I want to use this lighter lip job liner from Dragon Beauty. I want to use this pencil since it is lighter brown, kind of the way I would use a brow product to go outside the lip line to kind of make your lips look a little bit bigger. So when I do put the lipstick on, I can go to that line to really make the lips look really pouty and extra full. So let's just see if that would work. I think so. Yeah, I think that will work well. And then I'm still going to use the Persona liner right inside that. Just gonna fill it in. It's super creamy. I've become so impressed with Persona lips and shadows. So many of their products are great. Their eyeliners, oh, they're so pigmented. They last. They don't transfer. I've really become obsessed with Persona this past year. So in person, this looks a little silly. It kind of looks like maybe I ate a chocolate bar or a ice pop or something on the outside of my lips, but it's gonna come together. And I can definitely see the closer I keep getting to my mirror how dry my skin looks. So I do think some of the issues I was having this morning with some of the base makeup is because it got so cold so quickly and my skin dried out. And as an oily skin girl, it's almost like, what do you do when you get dry skin? Do you feed it? Do you walk it 3 times a day? What does one do? Okay, so I'm going to go into Tears Are Falling. Tears Are Falling? Yeah, Tears Are Falling from Context. Let's see. Kind of firm. This liner is perfect for it, though. I'm glad they're color matching better. Still creamy, though. Even though it's a firmer formula, it does have some cream to it. It doesn't feel too tight. It doesn't feel like it is putting a coat of lipstick on. It is starting to kind of blend in, but not... It's not as creamy as some of the other things I have. I don't know. I'm definitely going to be putting a gloss over it because I feel like I don't have that completed lip look yet. I'm not there because I did that brown line outside of it. I really feel like I need the gloss to meet that to really finish it. But let's first curl the lashes so we can use the Pure Fully Charged Mascara that I did get a while ago. So it has been open for a little bit, which hypothetically means it should be performing even better. So we shall see. This is what the brush looks like. It has a little bit more of those silicone bristles. It's not as fluffy or anything like that, but it's a good size. Sometimes if the mascara just isn't giving me what I want though, while it's still wet, you can combine it with other things in your collection to sometimes get maybe more the look you're looking for. Whether that's fluffier, whether that's more volume. I've definitely been known to do that through the years with mascaras that aren't performing the way I prefer. Just mix and match them with some of your favorites that you have on hand because they go bad anyway, so you may as well use them. Don't have a bad lash day. After, before, after, before. I feel like this look is so 90s right now between the brown shadows, the lippy that has no gloss on it yet, and the fluffy hair is coming back, guys. Like the Topanga hair, you know what I'm talking about? The Cindy Crawford hair. That is all coming back. And I actually have those 3 blow dryers I got last year that I really want to show you how to do some fluffy on-trend hair with those. Okay, now it's starting to fall flat. I can already see these lashes, the one that I just did, already starting to fall flat on me. It's starting to dry, so maybe I'll go ahead and match it really quick with one of my essences that I'm liking and see if that saves it, because it is already super straight. Oh, I hate that. It's already making my lashes pretty stiff, too. May have to curl them again after this, but so far this is not looking to be one of my personal favorites. But I've said before, my eye shape I think is a reason I only like certain styles of mascaras and lashes, because if it's not helping accent my eye shape and my big eyes, I think it's just detracting. Yeah, it's already made my lashes go really, really straight. So, bummer. I don't know how I feel about this lipstick yet. I don't hate the color. I think it goes well with the sweater. Definitely 90s vibes, but I need a gloss. I still feel like I need a gloss. Maybe I'll use a gloss that's closer to the color. This one is from Rowan, a brand that I also got from a Boxy. Oh yeah, it's a perfect color match. And it's not that they was stiff or anything. I just didn't like the finish. I just felt like it looked too much like 1990s lipstick. And the color can be that, but I don't want it to like wear like that in that finish. And then I still have the color. Okay, let me finish everything up here, recurl the lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, I'll be honest. I am taking a few extra moments to bronze up the neck to shoulder ratio because I do feel like the contour definitely made my face warmer and the rest of me does not look that way. So I am just taking an opportunity to go in with one of my favorite bronzers, just kind of go down a bit and try to blend. Today's makeup is not my favorite. It's not terrible. I'm probably not going to take it off, but I may add 2 before some of my Zoom meetings later in the day. I really just don't know if cream contour is gonna be for me. I'm gonna have to play with it a lot more. I'm also gonna need my skin to maybe be a little bit more moisturized. I am used to a lot more humidity now. My skin is very accustomed to that. And like, even while I was doing my makeup, I noticed dry patches. And as an oily skin girl, I don't ever deal with that often. Like there's just a little peak of times throughout the year that I deal with it. So now may not have been the best time to experiment with my face, but you know, it was fun. I don't hate it. I just don't think this is the best look I have ever done here on my channel. The blinds are now up too, so I have some natural light, so I can actually feel like I can see my skin better. I definitely see a lot of my freckles. I see the discoloration from using that red brown tone contour here, and then it just kind of like isn't blending down here very nicely. I also did curl up my lashes, but I feel like then it made my lashes look more sparse and it took multiple and clung them together versus fanning them out, which is not a style I like. So let's just kind of start giving you some overall views of where I'm landing at the moment. First, I guess I really haven't said this yet, and I need to. Unfortunately, it's coming at the end of this video. I'm really grateful that the majority of things that I was doing today were makeup. I only had to do a little bit of skincare right in the beginning of this video, have some stuff that I've tried a little bit, stuff that I plan to try. Stay tuned for reviews on those because you need more time for that. But truly, I'm seeing more makeup. So that at least is a win to start out the new year. Yes, that's a great thing to see. Definitely going to keep you updated if I notice that this Dermalect product and let you know if it brightens under the eyes, if it gets rid of the dark circles. Stay tuned. I am having a base makeup regret this morning. That's not the contour palette. I wish I would have tried the Laura Geller moisturizing primer simply because my skin has taken a drastic turn. It feels like overnight. Did not expect that. I didn't anticipate it since I had done my normal skincare routine this morning and added just a little bit more in. Not that this is bad because this LYS brand, I did try another day and I thought it looked fine. I didn't notice anything spectacular, but I thought it looked fine. And that's why I wanted to use this again to figure out what I thought. But the way that my skin is right now, I think this would have been better suited for what my skin's personal needs are. And this is that time of year that for me, it does fluctuate and I just kind of got to go with the flow. I have enjoyed some of their products before. I just don't know if cream products are going to be for me. And apparently today was just not the day to try that. But it did finish looking pretty nice. In person, I do see it looks a little warm on my skin right now. And I keep leaving this out to use it, my Tan Luxe hyaluronic serum that really tans my face. I feel like this would have looked better if I had recently used this, and I have not. Could have gone into, I guess, one of these other shades to try that. So maybe next time I'll try to go a little lighter because I'm apparently paler than I thought. I still don't know how to use the highlights very well. I feel like my nose does not look as bad as it did the first time I tried this, but I still see up close it looks kind of cakey. It looks like it's got some pores going to it. It's just maybe not my favorite. Again, the finished look overall isn't my favorite, but you know, it's okay. I'm not gonna like count this out just yet. I do want to give this a few more runs before I decide if it's just not gonna work for me. The Bare Minerals Original Translucent Powder is something I am excited to try more. I remember using Bare Minerals when they became really popular. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to say the year because it might hurt. But I used it as my foundation. I used the lighter and darker tones and they always blended to give me this gorgeous airbrushed look when I was like in college. I am excited to get to use this some more and see how I feel about it. I feel like this set down my face really well. It doesn't feel tacky. It doesn't feel sticky. It feels really well powdered down and it didn't add any color or anything to it. And maybe that's what I need is just a little bit more powder coverage in certain areas that I'm used to seeing. So that's good to know too right now. The Custom Enhancer palette is really nice. I also love that this is a brand that a lot of people would recognize, get excited about. I think the glow is gorgeous today and I have it again like on the body, on the face, and I do think it is really pretty. You could also wear this on the eyes for sure. I actually might, just while I'm here with you, take a little bit of this and go right in here just to waken up that inner corner. Ooh. Maybe even added too much because wow, this baby packs a punch. I also like to take some, touch it under the eye right up here because it just kind of opens you up, especially on these cold winter days. I'm really excited to play with this product, kind of going into the warmer months to see how this looks because this darker shade here could be gorgeous on the body and on the face with a tan. So excited. And the compact is really travel friendly, feels really secure and kind of luxe. It's got this nice feel to it. I loved seeing some shadows in the boxes right away. And maybe that's the one thing that I would complain less about getting two in the same month, although I clearly was more driven to one of these than the other. So I guess that kind of goes both ways. It just kind of depends on what you're into. I've been dying to try some more shadows from Wander because I fell in love with their palette last year. So I definitely want to play with this some more. As of this moment, I don't know if it could take away my love from the original one, to be honest, but this is such an initial, like, it's only the second time I've really used it. And I think it looks really nice, really simple. I could add to, I could move away. It's just so easy to work with. And I love that about this formula. Now that I have natural light, I'm just doing a little bit of extra blending because I can. I think the shadows really look beautiful. I think they look really smooth, well blended. I had a lot of different colors from this and the Ether Beauty. and I think they all complemented each other well. Clearly, earth tones and neutral tones are very prominent right now, but this shimmer formula with this palette also surprised me that I could pull it really quickly with that brush across there. There was not a lot of fallout. It went gorgeously across the lid. Same with these shadows too. Both of the mattes have been really nice too. I'm really glad to see some high quality shadows that aren't though maybe top of mind, because I don't know much about this brand at all. I'm just kind of getting introduced to the Wander Beauty shadow formulas, and I feel like Wander is kind of like hit or miss with me overall as a brand, but their shadows and powders have now totally impressed me. This also seems like a very quality palette as well, so I'm excited to play with this some more too. This mascara, definitely not a favorite. Now, this is not the first impression on this. I tried this back in December, and then I've had it for a while, let it live its life, oxidize, and I'm still not impressed with the mascara on the top lashes. Maybe I'll use it for bottom lashes only. I tried comboing it today, and I still feel like my lashes do not look nearly as good as if it would have just been my $4.99 Essence mascara. This one, not a favorite. Don't like it. And I honestly don't know how I feel about this Dragon Beauty lip liner. Combination of the size of it being pretty extra, pretty excessively big. I don't have room for to store this, so it's going to be either lost or prominently placed. And the color isn't bad, but I tried using it today with a different technique than just a liner as far as outside the lips, and it worked fine. Totally worked fine, but I also have other products that I've been using for that. So this is okay for me. The Persona liner though, I love. I love how smooth and creamy this is. I love how well they actually matched the color I got to the lipstick that I would be pairing with it. I feel like Boxy kind of got away from giving you something that could complete a look or go together. They just kind of gave you a hodgepodge of a liner and a lipstick or gloss. I'm glad that these actually match and go well together, and I think this formula is really nice. I don't like pencil formulas really because they're usually tight and firm and don't feel good across the lips. This feels creamy and nice, and it went really well with this. I feel like, I don't know if I would have liked this lipstick as much if it weren't for this creamy base here. Not that this lipstick from context wasn't creamy, it was just not super creamy. It was more firm and a matte lipstick that is beautiful, but it is a little bit more on the firm side. Now that I'm touching it with a finger, kind of pulling it through my hand here, it's a touch on the firm side. So it really helped to add a gloss to kind of give it that finished look, because I also wasn't vibing with how it didn't look like it was completed. Even with just this lipstick, it didn't look like it looked smooth. The finish wasn't there. So the gloss that happened to be something I got from a Boxycharm a while ago in the same darn color finished the whole thing for me, which was nice. Okay, you guys, I think that is everything for this video. Let me know, are you still getting Boxycharm? I know a lot of you said that maybe you've canceled, but you're still going to watch my videos. One, because you enjoy my content, and I so appreciate that. But also because you want to know what's up and coming. How do you feel about the changes going to be happening on my channel? What would you like to see more of in 2022? Because I am going to start redirecting my time, my priorities, my finances to other things outside of the Boxycharm realm, and I'm really excited to hear about that. What you guys want. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my loud, weird, crazy, unique channel, hi new friends! I really hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos I'm talking about. Bye, friends!